Hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a great Friday. As we enter the Thanksgiving season, there's one mindset that can change your business, your relationships, and you know what? Your life. The attitude of gratitude. See, gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's it's a certain way of seeing the world. It's a way of leading, a way of doing business, and a way of staying strong, even when life storms are going to try to knock you down. Today, on the Unapologetic Entrepreneur, we're going to break down that one superhero that each and every one of you have, and that is the power of gratitude, especially as entrepreneurs, and how it can help you grow to levels you have never imagined. Once again, thank you for attending. We'll be right back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, let me tell you, last week was big on Pride. I want to thank everyone who showed up, everyone who participated, and everyone who let their voice be known. And today we're going to tackle another one. Today we're going to tackle the attitude of gratitude. That's what we're going to do today. We are definitely going to unpack that, as my mentor says, and we're going to talk how you go from pressure to blessings. All right. You guys already know me. I'm your host, Mr. Leonardo Garcia. So today is going to be a good one, man. I hope you're ready to participate. Let's see who's here with me today. Anybody out there saying hello? I see we have MD Williams. How you doing? You're the only one I see on my screen. I had to look down on my phone. Hey, guys, don't forget you say hello. And I'm able to post your questions. I'm able to post your comments. We can have a conversation. Remember, the one thing about this platform is that you guys are part of it. Hey, how you doing, Kelsey? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? So we got Miss Michelle Williams and we got Kelsey in the building. The 5 others. Well, I'm gonna get started, and I'll be back to check in with you guys. If you say, if you got anything that you want to add to what I'm saying, please feel free to join in. But today I'm going to talk about the attitude of gratitude, because that right there has changed my life. See, at the beginning of this year, I was in a different place, and I realized that I had to do something and start looking at the glass half full instead of half empty. And I'm not going to give you all of that because I got to split some of this up. Plus, I also want to use this for some of my conversation for something else. So I'm going to give you pieces of it, though, enough to set some of you free from those shackles that you got. We got to start looking at the world and everything around us as seeing the purpose, the gratitude behind everything. There's gratitude behind everything, believe it or not. All right. And we're going to talk about that. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you that no matter how tough your journey is, you still have blessings and advantages that you would be able to get from them. There's a silver line in every dark cloud. I know you heard these before. There's a reason for that. See, if you start thinking in gratitude, good things come your way. If you start thinking in a pessimistic view, guess what's going to happen? The complete opposite. So it's very important to keep that in mind when you're talking, when you're speaking to yourself, when you're thinking, when you're just looking to move forward every day. Because believe me, there's more than enough bad things in the world to get hung up on that. I challenge you to look for the reason and to look for how you can you can find a spirit of gratitude in what's going on. See, to me, things don't happen to you. And I know you heard this. Things happen for you. So you have to find the gratitude in everything. Gratitude shifts your mindset. See, when you say things like thank you, you change the way you're thinking. When you're thankful, you stop focusing on what's missing and you start seeing on the things that are possible. You got to remember these little things, these little slight things are changing, are life-changing. They were for me. They've got me on the right track. Every time I feel something's going wrong, I got to find something to be grateful for. Anything. Just for, you know what? Just for getting up in the morning, opening both of my eyes, planting both of my feet against the ground, I'm happy and I'm grateful to God that I was able to do that. That starts my morning off right. Let's see if there's anything in the comments. Oh, all right. Let's go back. Excuse me. So what's another? Here's what gratitude also does. Gratitude, get ready, destroys entitlement. It keeps your ego down. We talked a lot about ego and how ego destroys, how ego can make you very prideful. You can't succeed with that. So imagine that's another tool you have in your utility belt now. Use gratitude to keep that ego down. We all have ego. Everyone has an ego. The way you keep it down, start using some gratitude. It keeps it down and it keeps your hunger high, meaning it keeps you wanting to push. It keeps you wanting to go that extra mile, make that extra call, talk to that one extra client, give that extra piece of value to that client. At the end of the day, that's one of the things gratitude does. It's the perfect combination for long-term success. I'll say that again. Gratitude destroys entitlement. It keeps your ego low, your hunger high. This is the perfect combination for long-term success. Think about this is the unapologetic entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. You got to think about this. Do you want short-term success or long-term success? Then you need to be grateful. Love the gratitude is humbling yourself and being thankful. Thank you, Michelle. Absolutely, I agree. Gratitude. Here's another thing gratitude does. For those of you that are taking notes, man, I'm still a student. I take notes. So I like to give this when I get on this platform and I like to speak to you guys. I like to give things that could be of value to you. So you could write them down and you know what? Go back and reflect. I journal. That's why I'm able to track my success, my wins, what keeps me going, what's working, what's not. It's because I journal. So I'm giving you points of notes, and I'm going to give you 10 things you could do shortly. But I want you to think about these. Gratitude fuels consistency. It fuels your consistency. The more that you're grateful for things that are going on and you find things to be grateful for, the more you could keep pushing and going further. It's the octane in your gas tank. People who appreciate the small wins stay in the game a lot longer. They stay long enough to be able to see that big win. You know, let's talk about what I do, right? Making that one call, celebrate it. You actually picked up the phone and made a dial. Some people are not even able to do that. They get nervous, they get fearful, they stop, they start creating all these crazy scenarios in their head. You won. You picked up the phone, you dialed. And then you picked it up again. Celebrate that. You spoke to somebody. Celebrate that. You were able to help someone. Celebrate that. I celebrate making my bed every morning. I go to hotel rooms or Airbnbs and I still make the bed. because that's my first win of the day. I do not just get up, roll out of bed because someone's gonna come make the bed by the time I come back to the room. Nope. That is stealing. I am stealing from myself. That is not good for me. I need to personally make my bed every morning. Why? Because that's my win. I love to make the bed in the morning. That's my first thing I get to celebrate. I get to finish. I make my bed. I look at it. I go, wow. Now I'm ready to start my day. Something that simple is my first win. What's yours? Hey, good evening, Limitless. What's your win? Hey, what's going on, Heather? You got to have these little wins, because if you do enough little wins, it's like you're creating your bridge step by step. You're putting one plank, putting another plank, another plank. Next thing you know, you made it from where you started and you finally got to your goal where you're finished. Why? Because you set up those small wins in front of you. You created that staircase that goes up to success. That's something that gratitude does for you. Those are the steps. Gratitude also does something very powerful. One of my friends, business partners, brothers, loves to say that he goes on a high frequency. He has to deal on the high frequency. He always tells me, stay on high frequency. You know why? Because high frequency attracts. When you have a grateful heart and you're doing things out of gratitude, you're able to see things, you attract things to you. You attract people. You attract clients. You attract teammates. You attract leaders. It makes you magnetic. Gratitude brings all that positivity to you so you don't have to go to it. I don't know about you, but that's one thing I would definitely make sure that I'm always grateful for. It makes you walk different, make you talk different. Why? Because now you're coming from a place of gratitude. I'm not going to get tired of saying that word today. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Let's see what's going on in the chats. Good evening, Heather. Heather says, making my bed too. That's her first win. That's what it's all about for me. I got to make my bed. I do the same thing. Okay, everybody wants to make the bed in the morning. What's going on, Beyonce? Everybody makes their bed in the morning. I love that. I love that. That's my small win, man. I would never, ever, ever not do that. Don't forget to chime in if you want to. I'll be checking the chats. I'll be putting it up. Oh, and yep. So just so you know, but I'm going to give you 10 things. I like to give these, like I said, it's the teacher in me. I'm going to give you 10 points entrepreneurs can use to grow through gratitude. See, you should use gratitude as your steps, like I said, to climb your way to success. So I'm going to give you 10 things you can do. I'm going to talk through them. Here's the first one. Ready? Start every day with 3 things that you are grateful for. I actually end my night with this one too, because since I journal, I write 3 things I was grateful for throughout the day. So I'm even telling you how I write my journal. Ready? I've changed it throughout the years, but the last 3 years I've been using the same type of journal. So the first thing I write is 3 things I was grateful for throughout the day. Then I write 1 on something I could have improved on. A lot of times what's been usual for me is time management. So I try to use more of my time. I got such great people around me. They're always giving us that tip. Like I got the tip of creating a power hour. That power hour was amazing to me because if you do a power hour, no, that takes care of what I used to do with that hour. I used to waste that time. I don't waste it anymore. So start your day. You could also end your day if you journal with this right here. What are 3 things you're grateful for as soon as you get up in the morning? It's very simple. I'm glad I got another shot today. I'm glad I woke up. My number wasn't called. I'm glad that I was able to open both my eyes. I'm glad that I'm so grateful that I'm able to plant both of my feet on the ground. I'm grateful that I have another day to get it right. What are your 3 things? I just gave you some examples. Here's the second thing you could do. Thank someone in business daily. Whether it's a client, a partner, a teammate. You know, the world has become a very cynical place where people can't even say thank you anymore. You open the door for someone in a restaurant or something, and they just walk through as if it's expected. Then they don't even say thank you anymore. They don't even say good morning. Be the change you want to see. Say thank you to someone. There's a lot of things that happen that you can say thank you for throughout the day. Thank you for being nice. Thank you for, like I said, opening the door. Somebody gives you a piece of advice that helps you. Say thank you. The words, I promise you, will not hurt. Thank you to someone in your business. Magnetize yourself so you can attract others. So find somebody to say thank you to. Number 3, we just talked about this, making your bed. Celebrate the small wins. Each win will compound, giving you a greater result. Celebrate everything. It's okay we are so quick to get upset, to curse people out, to scream at someone, to have an argument. Well, let's try to use the other side now. Let's celebrate um, the fact that you started exercising. Celebrate that. You woke up, put your shoes on, you walked around the block. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. You like we said, you make your bed. Celebrate that. Let's try this one. You become part of the 5 o'clock in the morning club. You actually are able to wake up at 5. Not snooze. Celebrate that you didn't hit the snooze button. Celebrate that. Eventually, it becomes a habit and it becomes part of you because you celebrated and you've compounded the fact that you're celebrating that win. Oh man, stay grateful for the challenges. They're shaping your leadership. Guys, a no is not a no. Be grateful for that no because you're going to learn how you could do it better next time. Don't get discouraged by rejection. You're not being rejected. You're being redirected. It's not rejection, it's redirection. It's okay. Be grateful for it. That wasn't your door. That wasn't for you that wasn't meant for you. Be grateful for the lessons in being or doing something that didn't work out for you. Be grateful for it because it's going to teach you a lesson. It's going to teach you about how to handle situations. It's going to teach you more about the most important thing in the world. Ready? You. It's going to teach you more about you. So be grateful for it. Again, things don't happen to you. They happen for you. People disconnect and don't want to talk to you anymore. You didn't get that job. It happened for you. There's something better on the other side. So be grateful for that challenge. Be grateful that they hung up on you. You said something wrong. Look for the learning lesson in that. Let's see what's going on over here. All right. We got some hellos. Hey, how you doing? Isaiah. I think I said it right this time. How you doing, Isaiah? All right. We got Cherry. Cherry has a question. What are the smallest tasks sometimes? Why are the smallest tasks sometimes the hardest to do? You know what's crazy? Anything that's easy to do is just as easy not to do it. Why? Because we think it's tedious. Because we're like, oh my God, make the bed. I can make a bed. We're looking for the big challenge. We're looking for, let's say let's get the big account. That's the thing you want to celebrate. But you know what? You forgot that you didn't get your small win. Your muscles aren't strong enough to go get that big win yet. It's because we see it as something tedious, something that's insignificant. And that's a problem. That's why you have to celebrate that and be grateful. Oh, all right. You like that one, Limitless? Rejection is just redirection. Yes, it is. Hey, we got Carla in the house. How you doing, Carla? Donna. Miss Donna, how you doing? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I love the audience. Don't forget that you can participate. Just write it in the chat, and I'll make sure that everybody sees and we can have a conversation. Heather has something here. She says, those faithful in least is faithful in much. Oh, God, we're going to start breaking out. Oh, here we go. We're going to start breaking it out again. Yes, we are. Thank you, Heather. You're right. All right. Let's see. We got How you doing, Harold? What's going on? All right, Mr. Harold's in the house too. So let's get back to what the ones I was saying over here. Celebrate, celebrate. And this is where I left off. Celebrate the small wins. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was stay grateful for the challenges that they're shaping your leadership. Here's the next one. When something occurs, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Stop. Whatever's going on. When you see that the world is going erratic, everything's crumbling down. People are returning the items that they bought from your store. All that stuff, all that negativity. Stop a second and ask yourself, what is this exact moment trying to teach me? Maybe I didn't give enough value to the customer, the client. Maybe I said the wrong thing. I might have offended them, not knowing. What is it trying to teach me? Analyze. Don't overthink. Analyze. There's a difference. Analyze. Just think for a minute. Once you got it, write it down, put it in your memory bank, and keep moving. Because it's just trying to teach you something. You know, for those of you that are faith believers or believers in God or universe, however you want to call it, I want you to think about this. How many times have you made an error and you ask for forgiveness and then you do it again and you end up in the same cycle doing the same error? You know why that keeps happening? Because you never learned the lesson. You can't move on to the next chapter because you haven't learned the lesson from that chapter yet. You didn't stop to ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Where is the lesson? Once you find that lesson, be grateful for it. Appreciate your clients by giving them more value than expected. I could tell you right now, I remember when I first started working in this space of insurance, I remember I used to work with nothing but seniors, right? And I've taken seniors to go buy groceries. I've taken them to the bank to help them open a bank account because they wanted a plan that I was able to give them, but they didn't have a bank account. Their kids weren't in their picture where they would come and check on them. That's sad. They were abandoned by their children. I would never do that to my mom, but they were abandoned. They had no way to get there. They didn't even know how to, some of them didn't even know how to read the paper in order to get a bank account. I used to take these seniors to the bank, walk in with them, help them out, and then still be able to help them with what I was providing them, what I educated them on. That wasn't part of the deal when I signed up. I took a risk doing that, but that's me giving more value. I used to call them. I still call a lot of them. I got relationships. I created relationships. It wasn't here, this is yours, and walk away. That's not what we teach. We create relationships to the point that they call you just to say, how you doing? You call them just to check up on them. Again, they've been abandoned. That's that extra value, taking that extra step. You're doing more than it's expected. Do that for your clients. If you sell items, they buy from you and they somehow you got them. I know you got their information somehow because you're going to keep emailing them. And that's part of your book of business. Whatever it is that you do, send a hello email. That's not part of what you signed up for. But you know what? Give that extra value. Give a little bit of your heart. It ain't going to hurt you. Let's go to the comments and see what's going on over here. Oh, yeah, all right, responding. I love it. I love it. Time to rebirth, renew, and revamp. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Got a question. Oh, we got a bunch of questions here. Do you ever feel frustrated when small steps don't show results right away? Absolutely. But you know what? You got to be patient. That's one of the things gratitude also teaches you is patience. You know, patience, they say, is a virtue. It is. You got to learn to be patient. We have turned into a microwave society. You could put something in the microwave and in 10 minutes, you're done. It's ready to eat. Not always the tastiest, but you know what? It's ready to eat. We've turned into wanting instant results. People go to the gym, work out one day, and they want to come back home and weigh themselves and lose 10 pounds. That's not how it works. That's not part of the program. You need to go back to when things were cooked well in the oven. You got to have that delayed, oh, somebody said it. Love it. Delayed gratification. No, we want that instant. We want that instant gratification, right? No, delayed. It's okay. It's going to be better. So I do not, I could find myself getting frustrated for a second. Then I stop. What am I supposed to be learning from this? Got it. Be patient. On to the next. One of the things that I pride myself is that I am patient. And it's taken a lot of bruises for me to get there because I wasn't. I've learned to be patient. I think parenting teaches you to be patient. I think being married teaches you to be patient. I think anything that has to do with relationships teaches you to be patient if you so choose to want to learn the lesson. Because it's a choice. It's a choice at the end of the day. The microwave life is fast, but can be destructive for later. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. You guys are just, oh, you're dropping dimes today. Woo-hoo. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Let's see. Here's one that I'm really into right here. Keep a gratitude journal for business wins and lessons. I'm a firm believer of journals, guys. I have two of them. Sometimes I just write on a piece of paper, but then I transfer it over to my phone. I write in my notes. It's locked. I have my journal started all the way back in 2016. I still got notes. I go back. Are they times I've missed journal entries? Yes. But then there's times I write so much that I write for the last 3 days because I'm just living a to be continued type of situation. And I'll start from the beginning, what happened, and all the way to the end till it's closed. But I journal everything. And I start with a gratitude. And I'm talking about business. You know why? Because to me, business is life. They intertwine like a braid. I've spoken like that in past episodes. You could go back and see it. We talked about how being an entrepreneur, your business is a baby. It goes through the same stages as a baby. The very beginning, you got to be by its side all the time, feed it, make sure it's taken care of. As it grows, it starts to be able to be left alone for a small amount of time. As a toddler, you can go away for 2 days. It's still doing its work. It's on the system, systematically happening. As it gets older, it gets to a point where it's able to take care of you. That's where everybody goes. That's why we do. That's why we get into entrepreneurship, because we want to get it to take care of us and create legacies for those that come after us, right? That's the point. At least that's my point for entrepreneurship. So I write everything that's good, what I'm grateful for, because those are deposits. Think about it as deposits you're putting in the bank. Think about it as a little pebble you're putting in a big jar. Eventually, that jar is going to fill. It's going to get heavy, and that's all gratitude. You're going to need to go into that jar one day and pick up one of those pebbles and say, oh, I was so grateful for this. It might have seemed like something small, but it changes your world. So be grateful as much as you can and create that journal. Go back to read it. You'll be surprised. Success leaves clues, and you're writing your own clues, but you're not reading them. That's why journaling is so important. Ooh, we got some questions up in here. Let's go check out. How do patience and hunger differ from one another? Patience, I'll answer that. Let's see if other of you, there's other people on the chat. We got about 19 of you. And you can answer that, but I'm going to give you my rendition of it because I can. All right. So patience. Patience is what it slows you down so you can think to take the proper steps and speed up. Because your hunger is what pulls you. Your patience is your brake. So you got your gas and your brake. Hunger drives you. Patience makes you slow down for a minute and recognize any errors, avoid speed bumps, make sure you don't run over the nail so you don't get a flat. So patience is what keeps you cautious, aware. Hunger is the gas, baby. It just, boom, that's what's going to get you moving right away. So that's how they differ. I think one is the push, one's a pull. So I hope that answers your question. That was a great question. Hey, guys, chime in. If you think something different, want to add in, Feel free to add to that one. That was a great question, by the way, Coach. Thank you, Mr. Mark Tarolia, the kingpin of insurance in Miami, Florida. Come on, guys. Always adding to the call. Let's see where I left off. So journaling. Next one. For those of you taking notes, show gratitude in your tone, your presence, and your energy. Guess what? All of that speaks louder than the words that come out of your mouth. Put your tone in a certain, keep that tone down. Right there where people understand, where you have empathy and you have understanding. Don't get erratic where you're too loud and misunderstood. It's real easy to get misunderstood when you're talking loud, even though you're just being passionate. It can still get misunderstood because your tone is too high. Keep your tone. When you walk with a smile. Look at people, eye contact, smile. Let them know you're listening. And have that high energy. Always stay on that high frequency. That's you being grateful. Let them know you're grateful for having them in your presence. Because guess what? If you do any of those things to the opposite tone, instead of magnetizing people towards you, you will repel them and they will run from you. So you have choices. Be grateful and be magnetized and attract, or be ungrateful and have people repel away from you. You know, when you put two magnets the wrong way, they just bounce off each other. That's what you're looking to do. If you don't keep that tonality, that presence, that joyfulness, be happy, just a smile. You know, it's hard to smile and cry at the same time. Next time one of you is crying, right? Next time one of you start crying, I want you to take your phone, right? Go to the picture, like you're going to take a selfie of yourself. Look at yourself cry. It's probably going to make you laugh. And then try to continue to cry while you're smiling. It's very hard to do. Very hard. Keep that smile on your face. Stay optimistic. Be grateful for whatever you're going through, because it's nothing more but a lesson. It's nothing more but a test. And you know what they say about a test? That test will become your testimony. So be grateful. We're going to start preaching up in here. Okay, let's see. We got anything in the comments? Let's see what's going on in the comments. All right. I guess he liked the answer. Boom. Then we got that works. Okay. Any more questions? Bring them on. Put me on the hot seat. I'm okay with it. I could be, I got my opinion. All right, let's go. I got a few more points for you guys. It's great. Oh, this one's good. This one's gonna be good. Use gratitude to stay humble when you win and steady when you lose. This is very simple. Live between here. Never get too high, never get too low. If you're grateful, if you're going down, oh my God, this is happening to me. Oh my God, I'm so grateful I'm alive to see it. I'm so grateful that I'm going to live past this. I'm so grateful that I can see all the errors I made and I won't make them again. That will lift you up. When you win, whoa, yeah, I'm the man. Whoa, I'm also grateful that I was compared. Look at all these other people that won. Bring yourself down a little. You don't want that ego. Remember, you don't want that ego to come out, because that ego comes out, it's over. Use being grateful to stay in that nice gray area where you can go from here to here to here to here to here. That's what you use gratitude for. To keep you balanced. To keep you, as they say, grounded. All righty, let's see what's going on over here. See if somebody agrees or disagrees with me. We got people, really? Inferno? That's funny. It's more so a foundation. Yes, use gratitude as your foundation. You can't go wrong with that. Be grateful for everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Guess what? In every one of those things, there is a lesson to be learned that's going to make you a better person if you recognize it. And the only way you're going to recognize it is if you want to. You got to want to recognize it. It's very easy not to recognize it, just as much as it's easy to recognize it. Lastly, there's one that everyone that's around me does very well for what I've seen. Never forget where you came from and stay thankful for where you're going. That's the part. See, most people that I know are really grateful and they never forget where they came from. They're never so high that they forget where they came from, where they live. They don't they don't forget they used to eat cup of noodles. Now they're eating T-bone steaks. They don't forget how it used to be. I'm surrounded by very grateful people that always remember the hard times. They talk about it, but here's the part that separates everyone. That separates people that have good gratitude and people that are still working on it. Are you staying thankful for where you're going? I need you to catch that. Because in order to be thankful for where you're going, you have to have vision. And sometimes we lose that vision. So remind yourself to remember where you came from, but then be grateful for being able to have the vision to see where you're going. Start with the end in mind and be grateful for all the lessons along the way. Because they're going to be good lessons. They're going to be lessons to learn from. You're going to fall sometimes, but you're going to fall forward. We talked about that another episode on the podcast. Go back. We talked about failing forward, falling forward. Think about that. So please be thankful for having the vision. If you don't have vision, you should have a mentor that can pour vision into you. See, mentors have vision so big because their vision has to fit everybody around them inside of it. Otherwise, they're not doing a good job. So if you can't envision where you're going, jump on their vision. You'll see, you'll get there. Your vision will materialize while you're traveling on that long road towards a vision that your mentor has set for you or set for himself or herself. So please remember that when you write it down. Never forget where you came from, but stay thankful for where you're going. Stay thankful for that moment. Let's check if we got anything out over here. If I give you my closing remarks, yeah, we got. So I want to make sure I say thank you to all of you guys for spending the time. You could have been anywhere in the world. You're here with me today talking about being grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful every Friday at 5. I do this as a therapeutic thing for myself. And I feel I got a lot to share. I've been through enough. And you know what? I'm still going through. And I'm learning a lot. And as I learn, I like to give it to everyone in real time because this journey is not about me alone. I'm not on this journey alone. So I'm very grateful for you guys for your support. If you like if you like the material and all the stuff that's coming around, just subscribe right there. You can hit that QR code. You'll be reminded. You'll know what's coming up. I'm telling you, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that God has given me this year, for the relationships that He's been able to put in front of me, for the camaraderie they have around me. Um, I can honestly say that yes, I've been loved, but I never felt this type of love before. Um, it's from all angles. It's genuine. It's real. And I'm so grateful to have gone through everything I've gone through in my past because it's taught me and prepared me. See, a lot of people also take failure as a bad thing. Failure is a preparation for what's to come. I've been prepared through all the things that have happened to me in my life to be grateful for this moment right now, to feel the love and the camaraderie and everything that I have around me. I'm grateful for it because I've been prepared for it. We got Miss Ira. That's how a house is built, with the end in mind. Then right you bring in the person. Then you bring in the right person and that can write down the blueprints. Yes, ma'am. So that's how a house is built, with the end in mind. Then you get the people to actually create the blueprints. So, as I was saying, I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you guys. And I wanna give you this closing remark here. The holidays haven't always been so easy for me, my family. We go through some emotional torment a little bit because we've been through some things. We've had loss, just like a lot of you out there have had. So as we're coming up to celebrate Thanksgiving, I want you guys to actually be grateful, be thankful for what's around you. Celebrate one another, love one another. I want you to take a moment to think about the people who have helped you this year. I think about them all the time. You know what? I'm actually surrounded by, around. I'm surrounded by them, and I'm always thankful and grateful, and they know it because I make sure it's verbal. We call it giving you flowers. We give you your flowers where you can still smell them. So I would like you to take this moment as we get into the holidays and think about all those people that have helped you this year. Think about the clients that trusted you, the customers that trusted you to make their life, to put them in a better position. I want you to think about the mentors who guided you, who sacrificed time from their life, sacrificed from pouring into their families, into their immediate friends to make sure they pour into you. I want you to think about that. Think about those people that guided you. Think about the family that supported you, the husband, the wives that were cheering you on through the wins and the losses. Or I like to say the wins and the lessons. Think about your family, your family that supported you, that were willing to listen to you, to not think you're crazy. I want you to think about them as we come to this Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving season. And I want you to really be grateful for them. Be grateful for the people who support and supported your dreams. Success is never done alone, guys. Success, you can't create success by yourself. You might have been created and born by yourself, but life was meant to be lived with others. So be grateful and be thankful for those people because success is never done by itself. You're never alone in success. Be grateful, be humble, keep building, keep growing. This season, let's have more gratitude. Let gratitude be the engine that pushes you to the next level. I would like to take this time because I probably won't see you guys live on the air, and I would like to say happy Thanksgiving. And may your heart stay full and your future stay bright. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. Thank you for coming out. It was a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege to be with you today. Be blessed.